Hello everybody, this is Fernando for the latest Cryptids and Monsters news video. Well, I thought I would make another one here highlighting a bunch of strange sounds captured out there in the woods. I've done a couple of these already and they seem to be pretty popular with a lot of you fans out there, and I love them too because I love being able to find these things on YouTube, listen to them, and then pick and choose which ones truly stand out. This one though has to do with apparently a user captured Bigfoot, at least audio only, when it comes to his experience out there in the woods. And so he actually has two videos that I listened to, and in both cases, they're all the same thing. In this case, it's him putting out a camera, or I'm sorry, a recorder out there in the woods, and then capturing essentially something approaching it, making sounds, and then going away. And so it's very, very fascinating hearing this, especially if you put on your headphones, because it makes you wonder truly what was captured. And so I'm going to go ahead and let's talk about this. In this case, it's videos, or two of them, posted by a user named Jimmy Dillard, and one of them is known as Monster in the Woods, and then the other one essentially is known as the Screaming Sounds in the Woods. So let's go ahead and let's talk about all the fascinating information associated with these two videos. I'm going to post both links below, and I'm going to post the top one, the one that I like the best, first, so that way you'll be able to listen to it. Now, as with my other videos, I'm not going to really post the audio here, only because I don't want to like just borrow it from in this case from the other video. Instead, I'll include the links. Check them out first and then come back here, and then that way we can talk about it together. But once you have, you'll be able to then essentially go over with me as well, like the information, like everything that was heard on the tape. So isn't it fascinating? If you've heard it by now, then it goes like this. This guy, Jimmy Dillard, he basically just placed a recorder out there in the woods, and to his credit, and this is why there's more credibility associated with his case, he's only had two videos uploaded to his YouTube channel, and both of them are the ones that I'm including the links below. The one I love is the one that's called Monster in the Woods, Strange Animal Noises, and it's dated 2016. Apparently this is all happening near his home there in Georgia. The reason that I love that one in particular, and please listen to that one first when you have a chance, is because it truly, absolutely sounds like something animalistic is coming to the recorder. Like, essentially, he just left it out there in the woods. He said he did it over 6 nights, and on one of those nights, it captured that moment. It's only about 3 minutes long, but it's a pretty good 3 minutes. Shortly into it, you'll hear, in this case, the snapping of twigs of wood. Something is stepping in the forest, and then as it approaches, you can hear like a growling, a kind of like throaty, meaty growl that comes from a larger animal, in particular, in this case, from the vocalization of its throat. That's what makes it very credible, because there's always the idea, is this fake? It could be, because all of this is just audio only. I mean, this guy, Jimmy Dillard, kind of like I do on my videos, he just basically posted images, but that's it. No camera, no video, nothing like that. In this case, it's just pure audio. So if someone is faking it, they're doing, though, a really good job in terms of the vocalizations. Probably the most eeriest part is the snorting, and then I guess there's like a one moment, like around a minute 15 or so, where it's almost like conversing, like whatever the chatter it has, it seems like it's doing it in a way that it's thinking to itself out loud. There's always the notion that yes, that these creatures, these Sasquatch, these Bigfoots, are intelligent, that they have their own culture, that they have their own method of communication. So in this case, we might have just heard an actual vocalization from a Bigfoot. It truly stood out. Like when I was hearing it, like my eyes probably just popped open when I was hearing this, because if this is true, if this is actually the recording of a Bigfoot, then in this case it's it's the most perfect piece of evidence you could ever hope for, because not only do you hear the grunts of the Bigfoot, but you also hear the communication of it. Like, in other words, it's thinking out loud, it's speaking out loud. So very good video in that case. The Monster in the Woods, that's the one I'm going to post first, the first link, because that's the one that I like. The other one, the one that's titled Screaming Sounds in the Woods, that one, the only reason I didn't pay too much attention to it is, again, to his credit, he posted on the description that some of his neighbors were playing a joke on him. Like in that case, they knew that he was recording stuff out there, so they approached that microphone and then decided to play around. But he states that only a portion of that video is them. In other words, they told him that only a certain part of it is them. Everything else that's heard within the video is pretty much let's say unanswered, like it's something else completely different, not them, in other words, and certainly not the user, in this case Jimmy Dillard, if you believe him, in other words, and he's 100% being honest. It's something else that was truly captured there. So check out that video. It's a little bit longer, about 8 minutes or so, but you'll be able to judge for yourself. The only reason, again, I don't really pay too much credence to that video is because of that fact that once he stated, again to his credit, that in this case his neighbors were messing around, it kind of puts the whole video into that gray area where you're wondering what's true, what's not. But the other one, the Monster in the Woods, that's totally something that is just fascinating to hear. And I'm hoping again that this guy is truly legit, because again, it's all of this is to his own credit. The fact that he's not posting video after video after video of all these evidence, stuff of evidence, in other words, because if he's so, then you're wondering, man, he must be the most luckiest guy in the world to capture dozens and dozens of videos, in this case of Bigfoot noises. No, in this case he's just posted 2, and they're several years apart, one being 5 years ago posted or so, and then the other one about a year or so ago. So again, it's just him, it seems like, truly testing out some stuff every now and then finding it and whittling it down to this evidence here. But check it out when you have a chance. I highly recommend it. Give me your thoughts, especially the first one, the one that I love, the Monster in the Woods. That one seems to have a lot of great comments on it. Even though it doesn't have, in this case, the most views, like the other one has a good amount of views, like 1.5 million or so. This other one, the Monster in the Woods, that's the one that I truly like. So I hope you enjoy this. I'm going to try to see if I can find more stuff out there. And again, the whole point of this is try to find the best evidence possible. Because I found some other videos, and I'm thinking, nah, too many red flags. It's fake. It's the kind of stuff that stands out, where you're wondering, is there an ulterior purpose? But no, in this case, this stuff, too much stuff, in this case with Jimmy Dillard, that just gives him credibility. So that's why I love posting this stuff here. So, all right, everybody, thanks again as always. Take care.